A pleasant good evening to each and everyone in Georgetown, Guyana, the diaspora, and the world at large. Friends all. Today, I decide to sit down to address something that is happening in Guyana and even Trinidad. And the reason why I'm doing this, because to me, it don't sound right. If what I'm hearing is true, then I will bring out the message as it is. I was told by people from Guyana who's calling me and telling me what is happening with people bulldozing people's houses, making them homeless, and it's alleged some Muslim person involved in it, and the police force, and the bulldozing houses. It's alleged that the police even physically abuse the women and the men. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I don't believe in rumors. But with this cell phone today, if anybody have a clipping of it, I would appreciate it if you could send it to George Correa. Please. You could hook me up on WhatsApp, or we can put it on later, you'll know. And we can get a picture of it instead of listening to false information. Or maybe the right thing, but I cannot trust our own people. So this whole conversation will be based upon alleged. It's alleged, even though I see it, because with computer age, people make things look natural. It's alleged that some Muslim man own some land some way, and people build a house on it, and they were living there for a long, long time. And there is where the problems begin. He went there, according to information it's alleged, with the police, and threatened the people, beating them, pushing them around, according to information it's alleged, and knocked down the house. Then I get to understand that the government or somebody go there and start give them money and says not the government, is a Muslim man. Now if these things happens to be true, I want Mr. Ali as a Muslim to tell me, are we living in a Taliban country if these things are true? Or Saudi Arabia? I would not say Libya, because under Colonel Gaddafi, every citizen had a piece of land and a house and was getting his salary every month from the oil. And that man dead and gone, and he made a promise before. His family, his parents will never get a house until every Libyan get one. There were so many things to talk about the man, but they murdered him in a gutter, because his vision and idea was very wonderful. There comes again neighboring country, Venezuela, with Mr. Hugo Chavez the late. Every Guyanese go there, get a piece of land to build house, free water, free light. While in their own country, under a black leadership from 1966, for 28 or 27 and a half years, till 1992, when Dr. Jagan was swearing by Jimmy Carter's them, and he didn't live long, and he continued for a few years. And to be fair, Guyanese still didn't get land to build house in their own country, whether they are black and Indian. And the black support the black government called the PNC. They educated and everybody, but when they see what was happening, the educated pull away and migrate to America, Canada, and elsewhere. Thanks to Burnham government, our men and women had to leave for Brazil and all over the world. Lot of advantage take them. Women may not talk, but a lot of advantage take our people outside of Guyana because of men like Burnham and Jagan, the two diseases. Desmond Hyde tried his best. But again, Indian will hug you, kiss you on your face like Judas, and betray you and hand you to be crucified. Ladies and gentlemen, I know what I'm saying. You, the black race, wholeheartedly will stand up for what you were told because you misled. And being an opposite race from black, see you beating, burning, looting, and you're doing it to them, of course they go say black people. They make us says Morgan, Henry, and John because they didn't see them there. But if they give a statement, this is how it will go. The black people attack we. And if was the shoes was on the other foot, you, the black, would have said the coolie, the Indian. How many more years will y'all continue black government, coolie government? That country is not Africa or India. You, the African descendant, are claiming emancipation. Go back to Ghana, and every one of you who arrive there, let the government Nana send 10 in your place. Then you would know what the European has done for your ancestor. That you inherit it. And you live recklessly. Your women become your child mother, you become the child father. But again, out of 200 and something thousand, God can open the heavens out of 70 to 80,000, give and take. Honorable. The rest is quick to be misled and very miserable. And I must be fair. If I have to define the sixth race in Guyana, I will say the Amerindian is a donkey damn people. They don't care whether Sunday drop on Tuesday. While the Chinese have a good slogan, see no evil, hear none, speak none, they can live between anybody. And the Portuguese is reckless at times. They'll mix with anybody because they want to make $1. While you, the black, are the racial one. And that came about because of the slave trade and what you were told. And therefore, you do not stop to understand the Indian did not slave you, nor the Chinese. And the European who done it, they are dead and gone 100 years ago. But again, what is slavery? You all eat beef, chicken, mutton, fowl, duck. You buy it and you kill it. Now you're going to the market to buy it and call for halal, pray on it and kill it. It is the same bloody thing in a different way. And the slave trade was business. After they train your ancestors, they capitalize on the children and grandchildren to speak their language, read and talk, and then they involve you more in everything else. Overseer, managers, business people, and they give you a church of a God, red, white, green, blue, or yellow. They give you a concept to live by, friends. But having all this historical event on the black race out of Africa, if you listen to everything these jokers tell you, ask them, if they so love Africa and talking about their ancestor, why they're driving in limousine, Rolls Royce, BMW, Jaguar, they should walk barefoot and just a piece of lap cloth around with them with a spear in their hand. But eat with knife and fork, three-piece suit, collar and tie. They're flying in helicopters that they own and plane, but they're corrupting you a little bit more. In America, we got billionaires and millionaires in the black race. Only Oprah I was made to understand giving money to Africa. What happened to the rest? I see a lot of white people adopting black children, Philippine children, Indian children. But I see a black family adopt another race yet. Friends, we got to come off of this race talk and this bullshit. Modern white man didn't do that to you. Even in the white race, they were fighting each other. The Viking versus the rest. And this one versus that one. Think of it. In your own family, there are problems. Your neighbors. But when I heard this thing yesterday and today, that the government is alleged give money to the people whose house was broken down, and they say it's a Muslim man do it. Where is the government? If the people were living there more than 3 years, and nobody interfered them with the land according to law, nobody should have moved them. because they are the occupiers for many years. Children born there, people get old there. So all those excuses that y'all are making, let it be known, if this is true, we shall not, will not, would not tolerate a Muslim tyranny into Guyana, nor a Hindu like Mohan Lal, who claim he buy an egress dam. And Mr. Elliot Latry Bagastong put a wall on my effing land. Look, we can never leave it. We don't care about it. But the concept of the law in the country, the corrupt courthouse, run by the black governments in the past, Burnham, I tried to change it. He gone. He's dead and gone. Jagan didn't touch that. And then Barrett come in and we had so many killing. Now I would say he had hands in it. Even the Kaichor News, a whole set of people lost their life there, a relative of mine. But these are things we must watch between the two major races. You black people holding on to emancipation, you go back to Africa and let 10, every one of you, 10 must take your place from Ghana. And I ask the Guyana government to ensure that and bring nurses from Ghana, because that's where the black people came from. Coffee, that's his land, Accra. And to be fair, you Indians, you claim holding on upon day of arrival. When are y'all leaving? But then again, look at the good side. If the European didn't bring the black man and the Indian to Guyana, I would have never born, because I have both of you blood in me and others. But between the two races, with all the black people are quick to be fire, beat, loot, and they're racial, we can't change it. They're like tiger. You Indians are the most corrupt, vindictive, covetous, spiteful, ungrateful, and very jealousful. Tell me I'm wrong. But again, between both sides is good and bad. My friends, I am calling on all patriotic Guyanese, the decent one, Indian and black especially. We shall not, will not tolerate a Muslim tyranny in Guyana. And if that is true, what I heard is alleged, that the government give the people money and say it wasn't them, is a Muslim, then who run in the country? He should have been arrested and locked up and tried. And if convicted, the nation must decide. Then I see on the video, that is it. Again, I got to use a let's steady. I am calling on all patriotic Guyanese, the two major races, Indian and black. Let's unite together for a national front government, where an Amerindian will be the leader of their country, man or woman. They would stop the border dispute between Venezuela, Brazil, Suriname, because they can claim those places if our Spanish brothers and Portuguese and Dutch want to make themselves a fool. Because the black man came from Africa, the Indian man came from India, and the Chinese came from China, Hong Kong, and the Portuguese came from Madeira. The mixed race born there, they can't go nowhere, and the Amerindian is their country. So when y'all are getting into this nitty-gritty bullshit, let's form a national front government. You won't have the black people to say it's a coolie government, and you won't put a black person for the coolie say it's a black government. All right? And for all of you who are in the police uniform, military, I urge you in the name of God, if any minister, coolie, businessman, or anyone approach you to pay you to kill or beat somebody, don't refuse it then. Tell them you accept. Take your family and go to an embassy and ask for political asylum. Because if you reject them, they already tell you they got another black man to kill you. And the killing will go on. You'll die in the hospital. You might die in food poisoning, drive-by shooting, accident. There's 101 ways they can get rid of you. Trust me. They will charge you wrongfully to get you in prison and cause a fire, like old Ramjatan, they lock up an innocent man and the jail went in fire. But he gonna answer soon. Trust me. If he know who's behind us, he will go down on his knee and maybe shoot himself or commit suicide. Same go to Nagamutu. We don't thief, we don't sell drugs, we don't care what the F y'all do. We don't concern once y'all don't trouble us. We don't have nothing to do with y'all. Because some of you might be my family and I don't know. All right? But I'm warning y'all. And I'm calling on the Attorney General, the President, and the Vice President, and the Prime Minister, Mr. Philip. Don't be a rubber stamp. We want justice and we want to investigate the wrongful imprisonment of my son and the fire that was put willfully to kill him in the jail. And when he was transferred to Temeri, a black woman stripped him naked, and I say a black woman, because she ain't white, she ain't Chinese. Beat him and didn't give him medical. She better drink poison too. Then another black woman in the East Coast tried to collect money under false pretense she worked for Mr. Snow. And because he speak about it, his son and whoever and his daughter, all of them who's in the police force, sent 3 truckload of police to my house with machine gun. Y'all know what y'all play with? I just asking y'all, you know what y'all are asking for? We don't want to go that way. It's a Buckman country and I'm an Indian, followed by the mixed race. Why the Portuguese and Chinese don't behave like that? Only you Indian and black people. Why? And a lot of you are decent people. Why y'all getting carried away? If it's not the white man, it's the Chinese man. If it's not the Chinese man, it's the coolie man. And if it's not that, it's the Buck man. If it's not that, it's the mixed man. What y'all got against people? Wake up and get a little education, man. We all have a short time on this earth. Why don't we live together in unity? Share our knowledge and respect and go forward like in the 50s going back. Before that 2 diseases appear. Cherry Jagan as Judas the Iscariot, and Burnham as Barabbas, and Peter, who joined to collate. After Burnham started to go on with his shit, Peter said, I didn't know. What a biblical history in a country called Georgetown, Guyana, like Jerusalem of Israel. Think of it. Then we had the the Church of Israel, Washington Rabbi. Man, we are lucky to have biblical teaching. Friends, in the name of Allah, Bhagwan of God, let's unite for national fund government. If the government do good, I don't care whether they're black, brown, yellow, or purple, it is our duty to support them and stand firm to put Guyana forward. But if they're wrong, whether black, brown, or yellow, we have a right to remove them peacefully. But they say one thing but do something else. But no crime shall go unpaid. We need a judicial system where no man is above the law. I get to understand that they're shoveling the court with judges and other things. I didn't pay much attention to it. And they're transferring people. It's alleged. All kind of hanky-panky business happening. And I remember in Berbice, few years, police was caught with a lot of things. There's too many crime in the country, ladies and gentlemen. But I am asking America, England, why don't you all come together and take back the country and elect a leader that could unite the people and bring people into Guyana? Started from Ghana and India where they came from, and those in the Caribbean who help us. Please, we could even take some of your refugees you got here, providing you hold the horn of Guyana. And every crime that was committed from Burnham time to now must be reopened, and we need a guillotine. You get rid of disease, you do not keep it. If you try to save it and the bottle break, it will spread worse. But you Indian, you love to thief. You love to lie. You're very corrupt and vindictive. Y'all may not like it. That is why Naturam shoot Gandhi, Mahatma Gandhi. end up killing Indira and Raji. But Guyana, only God to come there to save you Indian people. Ricky Singh was boxed or slapped by the late Paz Barnum. He had to go to Barbados when he was a journalist writing his paper. Not little bad thing y'all do it. Today, I'm urging y'all to come together for a national front government. But at present, I want the government to investigate the Indian Muslim man to find out what authority he used to break down the building of house when there's a law in the country, subscriptive right and all right. Where was he? Then he need to be arrested and charged if he have done it illegally. But again, if he had solved them paper and they pay a deaf ears and a blind eye at it, it's something different. We don't have dictators now, eh? So I'm calling on Joe Biden or whoever. Look into Guyana matter very carefully. But if the government is doing good, it is our duty to support them and keep them there. But we don't want tit for tat, and we want everybody who's qualified to get what belongs to them. The country don't belong to Coolie or black people, Chinese or Portuguese. It belongs to the Amerindian. 9 tribes followed by the mixed race. All right? And stop the emancipation bullshit on the day of arrival. That's my message to all of you. Thank you all for listening. If I offend you, I apologize. Thank you.